You have to fall so deep in love with yourself that nothing else matters. You're wasting your time on a man that can't even pull $500 out of his bank account.
And she cook for you every night,
Of
brother.
course.
So she respects you, cooks for you every night. Does she clean the house?
Of course.
She cleans the house, and you got her working 16 hours a day. That sounds like slavery. Men that scream 50-50 are financially unstable and also mentally unstable, because it's in a man's nature to protect and provide. You invite the devil into your life. Now this man's competing with you, jealous over you, envious over you, and every time you're about to reach a goal, he sabotages it. When you're at peace, he starts arguments. When you want to take a vacation, he done spent money on something that's fraudulent.
Hey y'all, it's Two Brains, Three Eyes, and I'm back with another video. And today I was inspired to do this video because I somewhat was following this particular person from time to time, because I thought she was a good example for Black women. But you know what? I still do think she's a good example. You know, she's not doing too much on social media. She's an entrepreneur. She has what I thought she had a soft life behind closed doors. But overall, I felt like she was just a good role model for, young Black women to look up to. Reason being is because she exudes peace. And that was for me personally. So I don't know if I'm really pronouncing her name correctly. I would just like a few of her posts from time to time. So her name is Divine Queen Yada on Instagram, but her name is Aja, right? Now, I've been following her from time to time, but I'm mainly on Yada's page just for, content and whatnot. So Yada is an influencer. And he's known for his talking points about how men need to step up, and the famous topic, you're not a man if you go 50-50, which a lot of women have, taken advice from him, and they decided to step up their standards and, try to search for that man that can 100% provide for their household, right? But in particular with Yada, he does have 2 wives. How he has that orchestrated, I'm not sure, but Aja is one of them. But then his other wife, I'm not sure how you pronounce her name, but she currently lives in Africa right now. And the other wife is also managing his other business. But they're both entrepreneurs, so, they both have some type of, or some idea of how to make money, right? But it just saddens me that, she had to post on social media about her circumstances, because apparently Yada has been beating her. And it saddens me because it felt good to see a couple who was Black outside of Beyonce and Jay-Z. It felt good to see structure. It felt good to see 2 Black people get into the bag. It felt good to see Black people moving past trauma, right? So overall, it was heartbreaking and disappointing to see that she decided to move on with her life by separating from Yada. And it just goes to show you that you can't worship these celebrity relationships because you don't know them personally. We don't talk to them every day. We don't see them. We're not in their home, so we don't know what they're arguing about. We don't really know if they're living up to what they're preaching about on social media. But me personally, I did like them as a couple. I really did. So we're going to get into this letter that Aja posted on Instagram. Well, she might have posted it on all of her platforms, but I'm going to go ahead and read this letter of explanation to all of her followers. And she calls this letter a new chapter. And it reads, after nearly 8 years, I have made a difficult decision to end my relationship with the father of my children and step into a new chapter of my life. For years, I believed love meant fighting for your family. I gave my all to our home, our children, our businesses, and even protecting his reputation. I kept believing that if we could make it through one more difficult season, peace would meet us on the other side. But at 8 weeks postpartum, looking at a bruise on my face, I had to stop calling it difficult season and tell myself the truth. It was domestic violence. My 20s were filled with business, babies, and bruises. Building, giving, forgiving, leaving, returning, healing, and hoping. I didn't leave because I stopped loving him. I left because I realized that if I continued to stay, eventually I would drown. The hardest part has been grieving the future I imagine for our children. But one day, they will understand that I chose their safety and my peace over a love story I desperately wanted to save. I've learned that people can change, people can heal, but you don't have to lose yourself waiting for them to do it. Loyalty should never require abandoning yourself. I don't share this for sympathy or to tear anyone down. What happened is part of my story, but it will never become my identity. I am more than someone's wife. I am more than the things I survived. I am a mother, a woman of faith, a visionary, and a woman learning what it means to choose herself. And through this journey, House of Divine was born. I am turning my pain into purpose and my purpose into power for every woman who may one day need the courage, information, and resources I once searched for. During this difficult time, just know that I will be moving along. I ask everyone to respect how I tell my story when I tell my story. There are parts of this journey that I am still processing, healing from, and learning how to put into words. For now, I am taking it literally day by day. I am allowing myself the grace to simply take each day as it comes, trusting God with every step ahead of me. This isn't the end of my story. It's simply the beginning of a chapter I never expected to write. I choose safety. I choose peace. I choose my children. I choose purpose. And I chose me. Now, that's out of her mouth, right? Altogether, I think Yada is keeping it together as much as he possibly can be. I've seen his posts on social media, so he's trying to seem as if, he's not bothered. But I don't think his following base will be the same after this. Somewhat like, the Derek Jackson. You have Young Pharaoh, the Nature Boys, and Dr. Umar. Everything eventually comes to the light. And what I hope that you're gaining from this video is to take a second thought, because we idolize a lot of these celebrities and they're really a bunch of nobodies who sold their souls, right? We don't know them. We don't know them personally to idolize them. We don't know what they're doing behind closed doors. And with Aja in specific, she was being abused when Yada was preaching that you need to be treated like the queen that you are and stay away from these dusty bums. But look at him and how he treats her. And she has videos of, the bruises and whatnot. And I honestly do believe her. And I think so many women are so desperate, or so many Black women are desperate to have that family unit that they wish they had, that they're willing to accept the abuse just to get a little piece of something. Just to have a little piece of it. And what I love about her is that she, from my research so far, she never really threw him under the bus. She never said that he never took care of her. But it seems like that relationship came with a price. And she was a supportive wife. She was. Whatever he had going on, she would follow right behind him. She was defending him on social media. It seemed like they had a good unit, but obviously not. So I wish her the best, moving forward. Sis knows how to get to the bag, so I'm sure everything that she's learned with Yada, she will apply to her new life. And for the most part, I don't think any woman wakes up wanting to become, or I don't think any woman wakes up with the image in their mind that they're going to be divorced. Because, things change, people change, circumstances change. And obviously she reached her boiling point. She could be that supportive wife anymore and pretend like everything is okay. Meanwhile, you're preaching to Instagram, TikTok, whatever. You're preaching to us that you have such a great life and that he is your peace, when obviously he's not. Obviously, the lies started to get to her. Living a life or preaching about a life that she wasn't satisfied with herself. And again, I'm not throwing any shade at her, because I still do think that she's an awesome human being, a phenomenal woman. But she's going through her moment right now. And she did mention that she was embarrassed. Like, she is embarrassed. And honestly, I would be too. So that's what this video was about. You just never know what people are going through. That's why you don't have to worship, LeBron and Savannah, even though I do like them as well. Cardi B and Offset, Megan Good and Jonathan Majors, Clarissa and Papoose. We don't know these people. All we know is what they show us whenever the cameras come on, or, whenever the paparazzi is around, taking, what do you call those photos, off guards, taking off guards and whatnot. Listen, we don't know these people. So I would hope that in the future we learn from this. We absorb what's happening in the universe right now, because so many people are being exposed. But as of right now, I believe the sister. And, I wish her nothing but the best moving forward. And I just want to hear your opinion on what you think about the situation, because I didn't see this coming. I honestly didn't. So let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see y'all on the next video.